Hey there, it's Wednesday, May 23rd, so it's been 5 days since surgery. I'm doing well. I'm between pain pills actually, so this is pretty, maybe be more of a coherent thought here, I'm not sure. But, yeah, so I just wanted to kind of talk about a little bit about what went down, just to give other people maybe a heads up. Um, that was a self-pay, because insurance would not cover it, only because of the whole trans bit. It, you know, they overlooked the medical issue, so whatever. It's done, so hopefully that'll change for other people in the future. Um, but, okay, so I had my pre-op testing, and obviously my gender reflected the nature of the surgery, so that was wrong. And I asked then, either switch it or how do I go about doing that afterwards? And the lady said to take that up with them on the day of the surgery. So I did, and because it was still wrong, and so the admissions lady asked, and they switched everything. Everything is like the whole chart, everything, they reprinted everything, and so my bracelet was actually correct, and so it was kind of nice, which was the first time. So and since everything's like on computers, everything kind of follows me along, so it's finally right after all these years of trying to get it right. Okay, so I pretty much went in on time. I got to meet everybody before, which was new. The last time she didn't meet anybody till after, and she only really met the doctor the last surgery. But this time she got to meet everyone, and they what was I gonna say? The anesthesiologist asked if I had problems before, and I did. My first surgery, I got really sick, and he got this patch that goes behind your ear. So I recommend that to anybody. I don't have the name offhand, but message me and I'll get that to you. But I highly recommend it if you think you're gonna get sick. If you've gotten sick before, it really works, and you can keep it on for, I think it was 3 days. Yeah, I didn't leave it on that. I think I left it on like 2 days, but yeah. So it's really worth asking for and making sure that you get it. Like I said, surgery went really smoothly, and but I did have a problem breathing afterwards. I think it was just the asthma, and they had to put a tube down my throat, and I'm still kind of hacking from that. I don't. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just allergies, because we had the windows open here, but. I know that I had a little bit of a problem in, I think, recovery. I think that's where I was. I'm not sure. But they also had to put a catheter in, so because I couldn't get up for at least a day or so. So sorry, too much information, but that's where it's at. And I stayed in the hospital. I had a private room too, by the way. That was kind of nice. Very, very cool. So I stayed there till sometime Saturday, early afternoon, and I couldn't leave until I was able to hold on food and get up and walk on my own. So that was hugely important, and especially since I was on a liquid diet until they thought that, I could hold down food. So early on Saturday, they took out the catheter, and I didn't realize that I had a lot of packing inside. I should have known that, but I didn't, and that's what was bothering me all night and why I couldn't sleep very well. And after that was out, and the catheter, I was able to get up, but it took a little bit. I had to use a walker, and the nurse's aide was helping. It was kind of funny, because it was just like little bit, but I managed to get up and go. So, and so after that, that was my stomach, sorry. Um, so after that, Ma came up, and I was already all discharged. I had already done the papers, and just kind of waiting and waiting for her to get there, and yeah, it really was a very smooth thing. I know there's something else I wanted to say, and I'm missing it. Maybe I said it. I'm not sure, but that's okay. If I think of it, I'll make a note somewhere. But yeah. So after we get out of the hospital, I had my prescription for pain pills. So we drove down to the Wegmans over in Alberta, and that. So uh, of course, Mom was worried because I was like, it was too hot. It was way too hot to sit in the car, and so of course, I managed to walk in with her, and she's like, "Do you want to drive those little carts?" And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" It's like I was having a enough time walking, and I just could not imagine myself trying to maneuver with those little carts. But it would have been funny, but I didn't. I just managed to kind of shuffle along, and I still had a lot of pain meds, so it really wasn't as bad as I thought. And I know for my first surgery, for my chest surgery, we had gone to Wegmans right at half an hour, if that, after I got my drains pulled out, which was way more painful than any of what I was feeling on Saturday. And I just remember walking through Wegmans the first time, and I'm like, oh, I couldn't. I was like, and this time it wasn't as bad as that. But yeah, we got I just sat in the pharmacy after, and then we left and we came home. So this time was a lot better than the first time around. And even though we had to drive a lot farther out, as my first surgery was right here in Lockport. So yeah, so like I said, everything's really going well. I know what it was. Okay. Because it's one of those things that people probably don't want to hear, but it's whatever. I don't know if anybody that's watching has had anesthesia and has had problems with like bowel movements, but it's a very important thing to know what you're getting into, that it might have a problem, especially with pain pills. So the other stipulation for me leaving was either to poop or at least be able to pass some gas. And the reason is, well, the reason for this surgery, because they blow up your abdomen so they can get in there, but the thing of it is with I was under general anesthesia, and I guess your bowels and that is like the last organ to wake up, and it's really important that you somehow manage to go, because you can get the first time it took me 5 days to go, and it was not a pleasant experience, to the point where I wasn't sure if I had to go to the hospital. This time I excuse me, I'm talking too much, so I'm coughing. I'll try not to cough. So this time I tried to work it in such a way that I didn't have to have that problem. So again, just as a heads up, they were giving me Colace in the hospital with every time they gave me a pain medication. It doesn't make you go, but it makes it softer. Okay, so do yourself a favor and make sure you have some of that. I would, go so far as even having some laxative. I mean, talk to your doctor about it if you've never gone through it, because it could very well happen. It's pretty common. Again, they gave me right in the hospital. So yeah, don't wait more than, I think they say, like about 3 days. So don't wait. If you're having a problem, call your doctor or something. excuse me, because you don't want that problem. So that was what I was trying to remember. So there you go. So I think that is everything I wanted to say. And again, everything's well. I'm really bruised. I didn't say that. I took some pictures because it just looks terrible. It looks like I got hit in the side with, I don't know, maybe a baseball. Maybe it's about that size, and it's super deep purple and turquoise, and it's swollen. I'm still a little swollen, but I guess it's still okay. Um, because it hasn't gotten any worse. I had talked with the doctor on Monday, and so it hasn't gotten any worse. So I'm not worried about that in that regard. But yeah, swelling is not fun. So I'm gonna go because the stool's not very comfortable to sit on, and I've been sitting here for a while. So that's it for me. Hello. So yeah, maybe I'll make another video. I don't know. We'll see. Probably after excuse me, after I know how the tea is starting to affect anything. I don't know, without having any estrogen kind of rolling through like that. Everything was really competing before, so we'll probably do something in a few weeks and see how that's going. So that's it for now. See ya.